So glad you could join us on the Weather Network. It's time for your natural forecast, and we'll begin in Halifax. And this was the scene on the 30th day of January, the day after the storm. Hopefully that windshield washer fluid was topped up. Hopefully you got those nice dry boots and everything. And it's another cool one today across the Maritimes and Newfoundland. But warming up, though, in Labrador. Your next storm system coming not from the U.S., but from the north. So we'll begin there. First of all, I just want to start off and show you temperatures in Newfoundland, but particularly across Labrador, because we've been dealing, especially in Lab West, of wind chills and temperatures near -40. Well, look at that, -7 in Labrador City, -3 in Happy Valley Goose Bay. So pretty mild, but more cloud cover, chance of snow showers as the front comes through. Mostly cloudy for the Avalon Peninsula, more sunshine as you head towards Gander to Corner Brook, looking at a nice mix of sun and cloud across much of New Brunswick, if not outright sunshine. In Halifax, yes, temperatures are below zero, but an otherwise pretty pleasant day. This is when the system comes in. So really early tomorrow morning, mid-morning, northern areas, and then that'll gradually spread southwards Thursday night into Friday. Now, there is, it's looking like another system from the Atlantic later in the weekend could form, and that might just sort of hover around the area. So when we show you these snowfall totals, this is just Thursday and Friday, and you can see it's certainly the central and northern areas of New Brunswick that may exceed 10 centimeters, but perhaps portions of Newfoundland will start to pile up some of that snow gradually as we get beyond the weekend. All right, into Quebec today, cloud cover today, snow comes tomorrow, but temperatures are above seasonal. A few sunny breaks in southern Ontario, very mild in the north once again, and you'll get clipped with a little bit of snow and mixed precipitation Thursday for you. Heavier accumulations towards Quebec City and the Saguenay. Lots going on for the final day of January. Huge story, of course, has been the flooding rains, the melting snow in British Columbia. Here's in Squamish, and we've had flood warnings. The Lillooet River, along with Squamish and Cheakamus River, all under flood warnings, and here is another storm to come. First, let's give you a recap of what's happened, and then we're going to tie in the rain and the warmth, because that's been record-breaking right after this.
Storm after storm has hit BC, bringing heavy rainfall to Vancouver Island and the South Coast, causing flooding concerns in these areas. The village of Pemberton has declared a local state of emergency in response to flood hazards, as 6 properties on Airport Road were ordered to evacuate. The Pemberton Animal Wellbeing Society was flooded, and Blackcomb helicopters had to help rescue several puppies from rising floodwaters. And with more rain on the way, there's a high risk for more flooding. Parts of the South Coast as well as Squamish are currently under a flood warning, and the River Forecast Center says all eyes will be on the Squamish River. On top of the heavy rainfall, the above seasonal temperatures have also been a concern for the region and has cost the North Shore Mountains most of their snowpack from this season.
And as mentioned, there is another storm today emanating again from the subtropics, and you've got another 50 to 100 millimeters, especially West Vancouver Island, heavier amounts up to 60 millimeters for the Sunshine Coast, Howe Sound, lesser amounts for Vancouver and Victoria. So that has been really part one, and you heard me talk about how the rain was going all the way up into the mountaintops. So that's that warm air. So Abbotsford, I mean, you broke a record for your warmest day in January, of course, 18.4 degrees. We broke temperature records for the month in Edmonton, in Swift Current, 17 degrees, even Churchill, and of course Maple Creek, Saskatchewan. That was a provincial record. So what's been going on? Well, we've had a series of these Pineapple Express, these storm systems drawing up that warmth and that moisture from the subtropics. So that is ingredient A. When these air comes and encounters into the Rocky Mountains, of course, then what happens is that any cool air that's at the top, well, that comes roaring down the mountain, and that dries up and that warms up as well. So you get some significant warming from that alone. Also, we're in an El Nino year. You can tell that by the sea surface temperatures in the Pacific, warmer than normal. But much of the Pacific is running warmer than normal, allowing that warm air to hold longer. If that wasn't enough, we've got very little to no snowfall on the ground in southwestern areas of Saskatchewan. Of course, snow reflects warmth, it reflects sunshine. When you don't have that, well, then you get to absorb it. And of course, underpinning all of that is the warming climate, and the things that had been previously inconceivable in the past, well, that's now become a reality, including a 21-degree day in Saskatchewan in January. So, a lot of factors, a lot of things had to come together for all of this to happen. Let's take a look at today. We don't think temperatures will get quite as warm across the west, but still above seasonal. It's been frigid up in the Iqaluit. It's cool across Atlantic Canada, and our temperature pattern in the coming days, a gradual cool down across the west, and temperatures still above seasonal, though, near the Great Lakes.